You think about it. The police commissioner said, I think Batman and Robin are...
queer.
My favorite queer superhero. That's pretty easy. I would definitely say North Star. And that's because we share so much in common. His name is JP. My name is JP. He's Canadian, and I'm Canadian as well. And he got married in a lavish wedding attended by the X-Men. And I'm single. So, so yeah. But in all seriousness, he was one of the first kind of comic characters, superheroes that I saw who embodied strength and masculinity, but who also who were queer, who were gay. I mean, it wasn't overt initially, but it was implied, and to have that present when I was young meant a lot, and it resonated with me.
My favorite queer comics character is definitely Willow Rosenberg. She's not an original comics character, but I think what they've been doing with her in Buffy seasons 8 and 9 is a really interesting extension of where she was at the end of the Buffy series. Of course, you know, Willow and I have grown up together. We had our first boyfriends and girlfriends together. We were definitely the nervous, nerdy, quiet type in high school. You know, there's always that question of struggling for visibility, not being necessarily the person to kind of slink off in the background, but really being a force for change.
For my friends at Geeks Out, I wanted to talk about my favorite queer superhero, which is hands down Julio Richter of X Factor currently. For a number of reasons. First off, I got 10 of them. 10, gay, but not super gay. 9, Mexican, but not super Mexican. 8, has a last name that matches his superpower. Like, him being named Julio Esteban Richter and shaking the earth is like me being named Graham Awesome Dance Party. 7, he wore a mohawk better than Storm. 6, unlike North Star, he lived in New York but had the good sense not to live in Hell's Kitchen. Sorry. 5, sarcastic. 4, motorcycle rider. 3, interesting as a human without powers when he was in X Factor. 2, wife beater enthusiast. 1, he's getting that ginge. What's up? Yeah, it's Richter. It's the answer.
When I think about queer heroes, I think about the Metal Avenger Jocasta. Because what a lot of people don't know is she's not just AC/DC, she's ABCD, TV, TS, TG, Alphabet Soup.
And you can tell from my t-shirt that one of my favorite queer heroes is Jughead. Because he wins all the hot dog eating contests.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, they make me lose control.
Truthfully, one of my favorite queer heroes has always been North Star from Alpha Flight.
Right, that's when he was a fairy.
That, and I also have this weird thing for fast, sarcastic French Canadians. Eh?
But seriously, if you're looking for a great queer character right now, Batwoman is probably your best bet. Kate Kane has been able to have crime fighting, a relationship, family, backstory. It's everything that you want from a character who just happens to be a lesbian.
And on the opposite side of that, at Marvel, we've got the Young Avengers with Hulkling and Wiccan.
Right.
Who broke up? Spoilers! But that's actually a great exploration of those characters in that life.
Yeah, so on one hand you're getting a relationship that editorial is telling them not to further, and on the other hand you're getting one where they're saying we actually want to explore what it's like for people to be breaking up.
Yeah, I think it's part of life.
It is part of life. Everyone break up right now.
Has to be Renee Montoya. She, before the current everything that's happening, she was the female question, and in the new 50, or in the original 52, she became the first female question, and was really interesting. Both a character who had a really dark streak, an alcoholic past, and a scary sort of relationship to crime, but also didn't have the lesbian part of her. I know what that sounds like, but you know what I mean. that wasn't in the background. That was part of her, and it was integrated and part of her personality and an actual important aspect of her life and her decisions.
Who are my favorite LGBT superheroes in the comic book universe? I don't just have one, I have several of them. I'll go through my top 5 here, and I'll try to keep couples together and count that as just one. Number 5, Psyche from So Super Duper. Love Psyche. He's a cool character, he's very sweet, very cute, and at the same time, he has Latin psionic abilities that makes him a total badass. Number 4, Apollo and Midnighter. This is what Batman and Superman would be if they were gay, and they were a couple, and they didn't mind killing, because these guys are incredibly tough. I love the fact that they are brutal, and they are totally honest, and they don't mind that they're gay. They just put it right out there in your face. Number 3, Blue Comet and Fusion. This is part of the Boy Meets Hero universe, and even though it takes place in the golden age of comics and everything seems somewhat cheesy, you need that cheesiness every now and then, because it's really nice to see that comic books were once really nice and somewhat of a superhero universe where the heroes always win. Plus, the characters are incredibly great together. Number 2, Naked Justice from Class Comics. So what if this guy is naked all the time? So what if he has sex with every single guy that comes his way? This guy got his powers from an Egyptian god. Plus, all the heroes in the Class Comics universe, they can kick the asses of most of the hetero characters in most other comic universes. I love how it's all been written. I also love that Patrick Filion has really put a lot of detail specifically into this character too. It doesn't hurt the fact that he's incredibly hot. My number 1 LGBT character or characters that I love the most are Wiccan and Hulkling. I love the way that Jim Chung drew these characters. I also love how Alan Heinberg wrote their relationship. They're gay, they don't really care, they're not making a big deal about it, and I love that. Right now in the comic series, the new writer isn't going in the same direction. He's making their relationship somewhat rocky, but that's okay. A lot of relationships are rocky, so it's nothing new. I just really hope that they do weather the test of time and they're going to stay together, but we'll never know. But that is my top 5 characters, or my top characters basically, out of all of the LGBT characters out there. Who are yours?